This is Dr. Vaishali, and I'm reading from the book Substance of Homeopathy, Part 4 Philosophy, Chapter number 50, The Totality of Symptom. The essential idea behind the term totality of symptom is that all the sign and symptom present in an individual at a time arise from one basic disturbance, which is the disease of the individual. Sign and symptom that exist together without being the cause of one another are called concomitant symptom. The totality of symptom is thus totality of the concomitant. When put together, concomitant become meaningful and form a picture, which is the picture of the disease. We can describe the totality of symptom under the different aspect. One, pace. Second, sensitivity and the excitability. Third, state of mind and the dreams. Fourth, name of the pathology and its meaning to the patient. Fifth, causation. Sixth, characteristic symptom. Seventh, mathematic consideration. And eighth, past history. The coordinated picture of all this is the totality of the symptom. Now, one by one, number one, pace. The pace of the disease can be rapid, medium, or slow, or it can be slow alternating with the rapid or medium alternating with the rapid. The pace of the disease given us an idea of that the nature of the internal delusion and give us the clue about the remedy. In this also, we have to determine or judge whether we are dealing with an acute, subacute, chronic condition or any other. We also have to judge whether it is an acute crisis in the chronic cases like needing another remedy or just an intensification of the chronic state, in which case we would persist with the same remedy. Now, second is sensitivity and the excitability. Sensitivity and excitability to various external factors like the atmospheric changes, food, emotional factor, etc., has to be judged accurately, and one has to choose a medicines with that kind of sensitivity. It will be found usually the most sensitive and excitable disease state need a plant remedy, intermediate state require an animal remedy, and the less excitable state need a mineral remedy. It is often found that even the mineral remedies are excitable. This excitability is rather superficial, whereas the core of them remain undisturbed, whereas the whole plant will shake with when excited. Excitability also denote quick and intense reaction to several factors. One has also to remember that though a plant remedy like Staphylococcus is morbidly sensitive, unless one sees inside it, one will not know this sensitivity. Number 3, state of mind and the dreams. Once you understand the above two, pace and sensitivity of the disease state, you more or less get an idea what kind of mental state of the person is going to be in. If the pace is very acute and sensitivity very high, then the mental state is likely to reflect in delusion of something frightful, threatening, and acute. The dream would indicate the same thing. What kind of delusion it is, what kind of threat, one would establish through the various dreams, compulsion, gesture, word of the patient, etc. Then we come either to one remedy or the group of the similar remedies. The same is true if the pace and sensitivity are slow. Here we expect the mental state of the reflect and delusion of the slow, non-progressive situation, a chronic struggle against the chronic problem. Here too, through dreams and through the various mental expression, one can come to group of the remedy or through careful study and accurate understanding to a single remedy we can choose. Now, number 4, nature of the pathology and its significance to the patient. When you come from the group of the remedy to only 3, you would like to check it with the kind and nature of the pathology and what it means to the patient. You will find that not only are the pace sensitivity confirmed by the pathology, it will be same as the pace and sensitivity of the disease, but it has to deep meaning in term of the state of the patient. For example, the man who needs to talk will have some problem with his voice. Number 5, causation. The causation again confirm the pace and sensitivity of the disease. Disease which have a quick pace will have certain exciting causes, whereas those of the slow pace have a chronic, long-lasting causative factors. Similarly, when excitability is high, the causation can be trifle, where if the excitability is low, you need a really big causation to set off the problem. The nature of causation will indicate the mental state or the delusion of the person. One has to understand not only what the causation is, but how he view it and also how he react to this cause. For example, death of a parent, did he react to it as an acute crisis, or did he react it is like a breaking point in a chronic struggle? Secondly, did he view the loss of father as a loss of somebody whom he really loved and so felt lonely, or as a loss of support and so felt poor and unsupported? Then you could have the fourth possibility. If the loss of support, in acute situation it may be stramonium, and in chronic it is Caligula florica. And like loss of love, then the acute condition it suggests ignatia. In chronic condition it might be a natrum muriaticum. So causation have to be looked at in terms of the pace, sensitivity and feeling of the state is it goes. Once you find out correctly, you know where to look for the remedy. Now sixth, the characteristic symptom. At this point, you either know the remedy without doubt or still have to choose between 2 or 3 remedies which looks very alike. Here, what will help it to use the characteristic symptom? Modalities, physical characteristic, mental character, physical sign, etc. These explicable phenomena are usually very good confirmatory sign, and they should be used only as such or at the best with a view to examine if the remedy that is indicated through them has the general characteristic of the disease in terms of the pace, sensitivity and the mental state, causation and nature of the pathology. Usually it is easier to work above the downward, and one will find that characteristic symptoms are very faithful to the rest of the disease. Now seventh, miasmatic consideration. By the time the remedy selection has proceeded this far, the miasmatic nature of the disease has already been covered by the remedy. Even so, it would be worthwhile just to look once again. If the miasmatic nature of the case match that of the remedy, the miasmatic nature not only cover pace and sensitivity but also the mental state, nature of pathology, etc. It also the implication on characteristic symptom and the moralities. The theory of miasm is map on which one can chart the disease. The acute sensitivity of the acute diseases, the struggle of the sora, fixity of the psychosis, destruction of the syphilis are 4 points on the miasmatic map. There are maybe in between miasm, as disease can be fit entirely into one miasm, or it has its base in one miasm and extend to other. Remedies also fit well into this map. Through the miasmatic understanding, you can come close to the nearest nosodes of the patients, and from nosodes through characteristic symptom to the exact remedy. Now seventh, eighth, past history. Past history of the person will reveal not only the pace and sensitivity, nature of the pathology, miasmatic dimension, but will also give you many hints about the mental state. If characteristics are not available in present, one can always borrow them from the past history. The past history also reveals the causation and the course of the illness. Now 9. Family history. In infant and young children, and sometimes even in older children and adults, useful information is obtained by asking for the state of the mother of the patient during the pregnancy, and also about the state of mother and father, also important event in the lives of the parents. This often help to give us a better understanding of the case which are not too clear. Often if an intense state existed in either present or either parents, or especially if an intense state existed in the mother during the pregnancy, the child inherit the same state. Of course, one cannot take this for granted, but only a hint to examine it. There are indeed confirmatory indication in the child. Now the conclusion is what? I have listed step by step the various aspects which I look for in a case to construct a total picture of the disease. This method has helped me much in the simplifying the process of understanding of cases.